Could your Tuesday nights end any better than this? Well, possibly. You could be doing a lot of other things right now, but instead you're tuned in to Mike Said It First. I'm your host, Michael Carvelis. Please follow the show at 12ounce_Michael on Twitter. That's 12oz_MIKE. Also, hashtag 12ounce_Mike to join the discussion of the show. On today's show, the Buccaneers won possibly one of the worst games I've ever seen. I told you guys I wanted it to be a good game. It was far from it. What is the future of the Chiefs and guys like Patrick Mahomes? Are they still going to be good next year, and how good? The NBA Power Rankings. What's the latest from Tyler Valdez? We'll discuss that. And plus, NBA rookies have looked really good this year. Is it no fans, or is it just awesome talent? And Major League Baseball sucks. I'll finally get to my article that I wanted to read Sunday, but I did not. This is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. We come back, we're talking the Buccaneers and their awful win.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
This Mike Said It First on 12 on Sports is being brought to you by MyBookie.ag. I know Super Bowl is over, but basketball is in full effect. Baseball's coming up. Hockey's looking fantastic. Cough, cough, Pete's power plays. When you go to MyBookie, enter promo code 12 on Sports. That's 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces. For up to a $1,000 first deposit bonus. No one does it like 12 on Sports and MyBookie. Also, 12onsportsradio.com/Amazon. It costs you nothing and makes people like us at 12 on Sports money. Just go to Amazon, but use the affiliate link, and you'll be doing just fine and shop away. Well, Mike, you were wrong. Tom Brady is the GOAT. 7 Super Bowls is unheard of. In fact, it's more than any NFL team, and that includes the Steelers and the Cowboys. Mike, you were wrong. The Buccaneers killed the Chiefs. Mahomes was terrible. Mike, you were wrong. But was I really? Because I told people going into this game, and I am one of the last people to blame referees. And there are some teams I do not like. But I really try to be unbiased as a person who hosts a sports show. I feel like I have an obligation to fans to be unbiased. Is that fair? Like, I can complain, but I've compromised. I said Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer now because I changed my mind. But to watch the Super Bowl on Sunday, February the 7th, 2021, from Raymond James Stadium, between the Chiefs and the Buccaneers, to watch that game and believe that it was fantastic football, you might just be blind. I don't even know if this is a matter of opinion. The first drive, if I'm not mistaken, Chris Jones was flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. Why? A Bucs offensive lineman pushed him, and he pushed back. Later on in the game, Tom Brady got after Tyrann Mathieu, but there was not offsetting penalties. It was just a flag on Tyrann Mathieu. There were two blatant overthrows by Tom Brady, but instead it was just pass interference on both plays. I don't know how you can seriously, in all seriousness, all fanfare aside, I'm a Colts fan, I don't like Tom Brady. But put that aside for a minute. I just want to know what I'm missing that you guys are seeing. Patrick Mahomes was running for his life. Apparently, our very own Tyler Valdez was 1,000% correct when he said it may not be close because the left and right tackles were gone. I don't know why I didn't see that coming. Were the Bills just that bad? On the defensive side of the ball, the Chiefs could not stop a sniffle of the Buccaneers' run game. Now, that part is not, and I believe, combine the run game inability to not stop the run game, combine that with Mahomes having no offensive line, I do believe the Buccaneers still win. So, yes, I was wrong. But it was 31-9. And that, to me, is a slap in the face to America. We've been through these hard COVID times. We got to see the uninspiring Vince Lombardi hologram feature before the game. The poem before the coin flip. The Weeknd, who was sensational despite bringing out no guests. I ask you, a fellow viewer, what was so impressive? It'd be one thing if the Buccaneers had won and the penalties were not so bad. And again, I'm here to admit to you on live international streaming services, the Buccaneers would have won. But every chance the Chiefs got to make it somewhat close, there was a missed call or a stupid penalty. The Chiefs, I believe, had about 5 penalties where, yes, the refs were correct. But Mike Evans was held on the play, and I'm like, I don't understand how last week a rookie on the Buccaneers held somebody, but they didn't call it. Like, the referees play mind games with people. I'm not saying the players have rigged the game. But to act like the NFL did not shrink below the shield, I don't know what to tell you. There was a moment during that game, and I hate saying this. I hate saying this. I was on a group chat with a couple of friends. Miserable. And in the second quarter, I told them I honestly do not want to do a podcast right now. My entire late teens and early 20s so far has been me striving to be something of a sports media person. For me to utter those words because of one football game shows you how frustrated I really was. And I know the fan at home is probably thinking, well, we don't care. But here's why you should care. That's not football. Again, the Buccaneers, they would have won. But can we at least be entertained for a minute? Let's say, okay, so Tom Brady, 7th Super Bowl, it's all fair. Well, Mike has to come over here and cry. I have to come over here and complain about how much Tom Brady's a cheater. Or at least talk about a great game. Instead, I'm criticizing the refs. Boomer Esiason, however you say that dude's last name, was on CBS during halftime and said, quote, the referees have got to stop getting involved. I honestly believe he gets fined for saying that. Those guys never bring up referees. But it was so terrible. I work for a retail store right here in Georgia. Some of you might know what it is. I will not say it on airwaves. But I asked about 10 people in a row, 10 guys that I knew watched football. I don't know who their favorite team is. Well, even if 8 of them were Falcons fans, I don't believe they were all rooting against Tom Brady. I asked them, how was that game? They looked at me just like this. Man, are you serious right now? What do you think? They asked me what I thought. They were so fed up. Where's the entertainment value? I don't understand how you can rig a game. I mean, I don't want to say rig, but how you can influence a game so much and how people can say, well, that's the GOAT. Tom Brady was pretty good. I don't want to say great, but he was good in that game. I'll give him that. He wasn't awful like he was 2 weeks ago. He was pretty good. But there was no chance of the Chiefs coming back. There's one other play I want to get to. When it's 31-9 in the fourth quarter with 8.5 minutes left. The Chiefs have gone down to the 20-yard line. Mahomes is once again finding a way. He throws to the back of the end zone. His receiver caught the ball, although it was out of bounds. The replay showed him being grabbed completely and then going to the end zone. How is that not a flag? They can't even get a touchdown, bro. Again, where's the entertainment? I told you guys on Tuesday and Sunday, and Tuesday and Sunday again, I want a good, clean game. So what? There's one bad call. I'm okay with that. But 4 or 5 bad calls, 2 missed calls. What am I supposed to do? Patrick Mahomes had 9 completions in the first half. The Chiefs had 8 penalties. How? And again, I'll give you 4 or 5 of them where I understand they were penalties. But this is not the time to nitpick one team. Because the Buccaneers were doing the crap too. Where's the entertainment? Again, for emphasis, let's say, for the sake of argument, because I admit the Buccaneers would have won. But let's say the Chiefs have a chance to come back. I get to come on here and talk about a great game instead we get arguments on Twitter. And people fed up with the shield. Where was the shield? They let Tom Brady just because it's in Tampa Bay. What is the point? Where is your integrity? We learn time and time again, Roger Goodell, I don't know if it's the National Football League, but Roger Goodell at least has 0 integrity. Whether it's the handling of or mishandling of domestic violence cases, the crap of COVID this year, where some teams were completely screwed over and some teams were bent over for. To referees. Is this how a Saints or Lions fan feels? This isn't football. That's not football. That's biased. There's too much money in Roger Goodell's pocket. We'll talk about the Chiefs on the other side of this commercial break.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Mike Said It First. For 12 on Sports. 12OZ Sports on Twitter. Code 12OZ on Zingo TV. And look up channel 761. The ZINGO TV. Free on the App Store. Join the debate of this show at 12ounce_Mike or hashtag 12ounceMike. Let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs side for a moment here. The Chiefs did lose 31-9, and let's be very clear. I mentioned the inability to stop the run. I put too much faith in Steve Spagnuolo. He was completely outcoached on the defensive side of the ball. As for the offense, I don't know how much you could do without the offensive lineman. Again, shout out to Tyler Valdez for coming on my show and saying or mentioning that part of it. But Steve Spagnuolo is why I trusted the Chiefs to win this game. And the fact is, Leonard Fournette could have very well easily won the Super Bowl MVP. And in my opinion, he should have. But the Chiefs right now, while there's still some questions, there's a lot of stuff that's already been answered. Tyreek Hill showed up as a receiver this year and as a dominant one. Mecole Hardman broke out. Travis Kelce is still amazing, although he had two pretty big drops in the Super Bowl. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a promising running back. And oh, by the way, they still have Le'Veon Bell. So that's trade bait somehow. And Damian Williams, who could have won Super Bowl MVP for the Chiefs last year, is still there as well. Tyrann Mathieu is also still a monster. And Chiefs are not going anywhere. Unless, of course, Andy Reid retires and hands it over to Eric Bieniemy. But that's not probably happening right now. Patrick Mahomes, I loved how competitive he was in this game. And that's not a moral victory. He made some throws in this game that I thought were on the money, and he just had like 5 or 6 drops. If I'm Mahomes, I live with that, knowing that I can trust these guys any other day of the week, except for against Tom Brady when their spirits are crushed. But Patrick Mahomes, well, I thought was pretty good. In the first half, he was running for first downs, so his turf toe was not bothering him. I believe next year, the Chiefs might win their third consecutive AFC Championship game. I know the Buffalo Bills are a thing, and they deserve credit, and Josh Allen can only get more consistent. I know the Colts are just one quarterback and a left tackle away. I know that the Steelers could be a quarterback away. And the Ravens, let's hope they can improve Lamar Jackson's consistency as well. But the Chiefs are still the most consistent team. They should be favorites to win the AFC and perhaps win it all next year. Tom Brady is 43, going to be going on 44, and I don't care. Buccaneers will not be back. Chiefs have a better chance of being back, in my opinion. I believe the Chiefs will bounce back and look amazing as they did for the last few years. Again, Mahomes is showing he is a generational quarterback. Unless Trevor Lawrence pops out of the draft, getting 10 wins, we're going to be here for a long time watching this young man play. And I'm okay with that. As for draft or free agency, again, they could draft the defensive tackle possibly. That would help. They could draft maybe a linebacker. Possibly even a possession of type wide receiver. Yes, they have Sammy Watkins, but he's in and out of the lineup. But I wouldn't mind seeing a wide receiver come up. Or maybe another quarterback in like the 4th or 5th rounds. But I think the Chiefs look very good despite the Super Bowl. Are we going to see a repeat of the Los Angeles Rams? I do not think so. I believe the Rams are a completely different story because this team has a quarterback with the Chiefs do. So we'll see. When I come back, we're going to talk NBA power rankings. We'll go through the power rankings of Tyler Valdez and 12 on Sports. Do I agree? And how our team's looking. And later on, NBA rookies. Got a little take on them coming up as well.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Mike's At It First on 12 Ounce Sports. Tyler Valdez, who has been on the show twice before, at TYYLERV on Twitter, his articles have become a Tuesday night tradition, especially with the old narrative of no more football, what will we talk about? Thankfully, I'm a huge fan of the NBA. And Tyler Valdez releases these power rankings every Monday. We're doing that every Tuesday. I forgot what it was. All right, there you go. Every Monday. At least one day ago. Here's the opening for this article. The Kings went 4-0 last week with wins over the Celtics, Pelicans, Nuggets, and Clippers to enter playoff discussion. Tyrese Haliburton is quickly becoming one of Tyler's new favorite players to watch. The Miami Heat have been the biggest disappointment thus far at 9-14 after reaching the NBA Finals last season. I'll get to that too. I'm a Heat fan. The 76ers remain the team to beat in the Eastern Conference, and Pelicans went 3-1 to stay 1.5 games back of the 8th seed and relevant in the West, and the Pelicans did win tonight over the Rockets. The top 5 for Mr. Valdez are Lakers, Jazz, 76ers, Clippers, and Bucks. So let's get to the Bucks. The Bucks, Giannis has been Giannis. He's getting more triple doubles this year than anything. But boy, have the Bucks look impressive. 15-8. They're once again contenders in the Eastern Conference. The 76ers, who are number 3 and the best in the Eastern Conference, Joel Embiid is very seriously being considered for the MVP. He is healthy, and Doc Rivers has inspired those guys to look amazing. He does not care about Ben Simmons shooting threes. He's letting Ben Simmons play his game. That kid, Shake Milton, is becoming an overnight sensation, or should I say overseason sensation. Tobias Harris is stepping into his own. Speaking of stepping into their own, Paul George of the 4th place Clippers, they've looked incredible. Paul George is leading the way. Yes, Paul George and not Kawhi Leonard. Oh, how the ships have sailed and the tables have turned. But the Clippers look very good. Utah Jazz, I don't know if you guys have heard the feud between Donovan Mitchell and Shaquille O'Neal. I personally don't think Shaq was going crazy. I think Shaq just said he supports the dude. He wants him to be better. That's fine with me. It's not terrible. I like Spider as well. Rudy Gobert. I'm watching the Jazz and Celtics right now live if you're following along here on TNT and 12 on Sports. But I believe the Jazz have looked good. Rudy Gobert, I'm still not sold with him at center position, but we'll figure it out. And, of course, the Lakers. LeBron James is having another sensational season. I give up. Speaking of the Lakers, Kobe Bryant's plane crash, I hate to bring this up, but it's true. The plane crash that happened, they have determined that the cause of it was because the pilot, and they shouldn't have gone because of the weather conditions. I've said this since day one. It's unfair that they were the only plane flying that day. Why didn't anybody stop them? It's my biggest problem to this day, but the Lakers have looked incredible. And Dennis Schroeder's a beast. The Nets are at 14-11 in 6th place on Valdez's rankings. Got Nuggets, Nikola Jokic. Oh my God. He dropped 43 and then 50. That's insane. The dude has no athleticism and he's still going crazy. Celtics, who I'm watching right now, play the Jazz. Tristan Thompson's look good. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are coming into their own, especially Jaylen Brown. Suns with Chris Paul. That's a match made in heaven. And Devin Booker's still Devin Booker. San Antonio Spurs with one of my favorite young players, DeJounte Murray. He had like 8 steals the other night. Insane. The Warriors are number 11, and Steph Curry went off for 53 the other night. He only hit 2 more threes after he did a little shaking thing with his shoulders. But biggest thing for them is that Draymond Green's been insane at point guard or point forward or whatever you want to say. I haven't seen much from James Wiseman recently, but he's still been amazing this year. I'll get to him next with my NBA rookies. Kings have looked good with De'Aaron Fox. I love De'Aaron Fox. And of course, Tyrese Haliburton. That's a bad animal. That's a good rookie. The Pacers, Domantas Sabonis, kind of losing hype right now. But Domantas Sabonis is still a monster. And Pacers have looked good post Nate McMillan. Trailblazers, boy, Damian Lillard is keeping them afloat. But the injuries keep piling up over there in Portland. I don't know why they just won't get rid of Yusuf Nurkic. He's injury prone. And Grizzlies are number 15 with Ja Morant, who's healthy again. The Rockets with Victor Oladipo are 16th at 11-11. Trae Young, John Collins, Clint Capella, and the Hawks are 17th. Pelicans with Zion, who's insane, is at number 18. LaMelo Ball looks sensational for the last week or two. The Hornets are at 19. Gordon Hayward's a beast as well. And the Knicks have fallen down to number 20. RJ Barrett's looked better. Julius Randle's a monster, but right now, 11 and 14 ain't too pretty because you're 20th place on Valdez's rankings. At TYYLERV on Twitter, Tyler Valdez. Next, we got Thunder, Raptors, who are coming into their own. Luka's looked good. Porzingis has as well, but something's wrong with the Mavericks, man. They're 10 and 14. I actually like a lot of their players, but something ain't right. Colin Sexton is a possible All-Star this year. The Cavs are number 23. Cavs are number 24. The Heat are 25th. And listen, my one bone to pick with Tyler Valdez rankings is that the worse the record is, the least chance you have of being up top. And I get that that's like kind of obvious, but it's like, I feel like the Heat are better than the Cavaliers. I feel like they're better than the Raptors. Why? Because Tyler Hero's still amazing. Bam Adebayo's getting better. Jimmy Butler is back. Kendrick Nunn is back to being Kendrick Nunn of old. Yeah, I like the Heat. So 25, keep sleeping on us, baby. 26 is the Bulls. Magic at 27, they've had injury issues. T-Wolves at 28. Karl Anthony Towns is not a team leader. Wizards at 29. Bradley Beal, nice scorer, but whatever. Russell Westbrook's incredible. And Pistons at number 30. Oh, Pistons traded away Derrick Rose to the Knicks. So reuniting with Tom Thibodeau's Derrick Rose. Love hearing success stories of Derrick Rose. He could have been the best point guard right now in the NBA, but no. That's your rankings. That's TwinSportsRadio.com /NBA-power-rankings. Now that our boy Saku has died, I rely on Tyler Valdez. That's not a joke either. Like, Saku Smith was awesome with his NBA and MVP ladders, but we got to go with Tyler Valdez right now. I might make an MVP ladder article from now on, like based on these rankings. So every Wednesday, I'll try to do an NBA MVP ladder. Okay, can't wait. The NBA rookies, baby. What's going on with that? And later on, I'm talking Major League Baseball. It sucks. Why? Got some reading to do.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Welcome back to Mike's at First. It's your boy, Michael Carpellis, and we are live on the airwaves of 12 Ounce Sports. Brought to you by MyBookie.ag and 12OunceSportsRadio.com/Amazon. MyBookie.ag, promo code 12 Ounce Sports. That's 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces, for up to $1,000 first deposit bonus. This season in the NBA is a continuation of the bubble because there's no fans. While teams are at their playing sites, which is good, and while there have been some fans in a few games, see courtside Karen versus LeBron, the fact is the NBA rookies have been sensational. We already discussed Tyrese Haliburton of the Kings, who's been magical. We've seen James Wiseman of the Golden State Warriors, who was a versatile nightmare. We've seen LaMelo Ball, who's shooting well and making the Hornets look pretty good for the future. Michael Jordan finally got one right. Anthony Edwards is a sniper for the Timberwolves. Obi Toppin is still pretty good. He's still got an athletic NBA body. Trust me, he's not going to go anywhere. But is this just a really good year of draft picks? Or is it something else? Folks, I read an article a few months ago via ESPN. This article was actually published a few years ago. But I read it, and it was about NBA players. Why do they have so many ACL tears? And why are their joints breaking down more frequently? We're seeing a lot of career-ending or career-threatening injuries that we just did not see in the past, despite technology to heal them. So why younger players? Because athletes are now year-round. Basketball, it's been estimated they're playing hundreds of basketball games every year before they even enter college, much less the NBA. Because they're trying to perfect their craft. Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan were gym rats. This article let people know it weren't like they were today. Kids are being raised from pee-wee all the way up to be amazing. And while that's awesome and incredible, it's affecting the health of players, younger players. However, it's also making players better. I've always said, as a Christian, of course, I'm biased on this subject. It's not the fact that humans get better or smarter or that they evolve. And while I do believe that technology is better, while I, of course, admit that players know what they're doing nowadays, I believe the NBA and all sports benefit from more social media reaching more people. So before, a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo might not have even made it to the NBA years ago because he wouldn't have been able to. Now, a guy like Giannis, I'm just using an example, posts something on social media, his team tryouts, and etc. More guys and more people are being subject to viewing. So many people are being able to be seen now. Have you seen that WNBA, that women's college basketball player from UConn? She's been amazing. One game after scoring 31 points, she drops 33 in overtime against South Carolina in what was a heavyweight battle. Girls did not score 30 points every night like that. But now you're seeing Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, this chick from UConn now, Aliyah Deladon. They're becoming more frequent because because more people are becoming available. And more people are getting better before they even get to the NBA. That's also, I believe, why LeBron James is the greatest of all time right now. But 50 years from now, there will probably be another GOAT. I'm not saying there will be, but there's a possibility and a probability because of the fact that guys are getting better younger. It's not LeBron or Michael Jordan's fault. It's not Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell's fault. It's the fact that society changes and adapts to better things. I get it. But these rookies have been awesome. I made a tweet about a week or two ago on my personal page at MKADHD on Twitter. And I mentioned those guys. Why there was a huge debate. And right, because, sports are subject to debate. Whether or not a Super Bowl was called fairly, that's up for me and you to decide, although it was clear it was called unfairly. But sports are up for debate. And so naturally, before the season started, we got to see all these rookies about, Anthony Edwards versus Obi Toppin versus LaMelo Ball versus James Wiseman. I'm with LaMelo Ball, and I don't think anybody's been wrong so far. Like, these players are subject to more criticism as well because of more social media, but the rookies have looked impressive, and Tyrese Halliburton are playing well. I love this year of the NBA. I don't blame it on fans. I blame it on more basketball at an earlier age. When I come back, it's reading time. Major League Baseball sucks, but baseball rocks. Why?
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Mike's It First tonight on Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. A recap of today's show presented by SportsRadio.com/Amazon, which costs you nothing and no extra time as well to go shopping, but please use our affiliate link to take you straight to the website. Oh, and Jeff Bezos stepped down, but he's still with the company. Clickbait sucks. We talked about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and how they won. And I'll admit, they did win the game. They would have won either way. But can we at least be entertained? Like, why so many flags, bro? Do you have an agenda? Are you shrinking beneath the shield or behind the shield? Come on now, dude. The Chiefs will not go anywhere. This is not like the Rams. These guys are here to stay, and the difference is because of Patrick Mahomes. NBA Power Rankings based on Tyler Valdez's article, a friend of the show. I like where my Miami Heat are. Keep sleeping on us, and so many other great things on in the NBA. Speaking of great things in the NBA, How about the rookies? Boy, have they been impressive. More basketball at a younger age means we get more awesome athletes. And now it's reading time. Woo, that's me. It's reading time. Baseball rocks. MLB sucks. I wanted to read this last week on the show, but I ran out of time. Baseball is an amazing sport. A wooden bat cracks a white leather ball with red threads. The ball simmers through the air and then bounces off the dirt into the leather glove of a charging athlete. The athlete gathers the ball in their glove, grabs the ball with their other bare hand, and throws a rocket to their teammate, who is waiting with one cleat on a white bag. The person who hit the ball has thrown their bat to the side. The bat harmlessly lands approximately 4 feet from the entrance of the dugout where their teammates reside. Time appears to slow down as the batter reaches what is known as first base. "You're out," yells the grumbly voice of an umpire as the thrown ball smacks into the glove of the first baseman about 0.3 seconds before the runner's cleat stomps the bag. The dust settles. 1 out in the top of the first inning. While the next batter goes to the plate, the TV broadcasters tell a story of how the pitcher survived numerous obstacles to the point of starting in Game 1 of a playoff matchup between two rivals that know each other all too well. 7 pitches later, the batter is out after he hits a ball to deep left field, only for the ball to fall into the glove of the left fielder. 2 outs in the first. I'll be 100% honest with my readers. That sounds fun. However, imagine what that sounds like in the 5th inning as the score is 2-1. Kind of boring, right? In this article, I'm going over 2 things that make Major League Baseball suck. In 2020, the United States was introduced to the Korean Baseball Organization, KBO for short. Granted, not many saw it, but while Americans waited on their pastime to find a way to play amid a global pandemic, they could wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to see a game. And don't worry, English announcers simulcasted via Zoom and ESPN. The best thing about the KBO was how fast and energetic it was. The scores were higher. While that may not be your cup of tea, it felt like they had a pitch clock. No need to wait a minute or so. Throw the ball in 12 seconds, or 1 ball is counted in favor of the batter. I came across a Yahoo Sports article by Leander Schamplikins, who said, "The fan, rather than tradition, comes first in the KBO." Yep. Another glaring problem with Major League Baseball is the acceptance of blatant cheating. Imagine that you are a little kid who loves baseball. Maybe you want to throw the ball as well as Clayton Kershaw, or you might want to hit home runs like Aaron Judge. Then again, fielding is awesome and Mookie Betts is that dude. However, what if you found out that despite being an awesome pitcher, you lose anyways because the other team steals your signs so that they know where your pitch is going? What if you find that you have no chance of fielding because someone uses steroids to hit home runs constantly? Does that make the game fun? There are arguments made by MLB experts who think steroid use is fine. Excuse me? You find it okay to make yourself stronger, to hit the ball farther? The same experts will tell you that sign stealing is fine. What? How is that possible? And don't hit me with this garbage of guys have done it for years either. That is so disrespectful. These folks are trying to convince people that I can, one, be super strong, and two, know what is being thrown. There is no way to lose. It makes no sense. Where's the respect in competition? Baseball is an amazing sport, but the MLB ruins it. They don't care that it's slow and boring. They don't care if you cheat. Yet they wonder why the NBA and NFL succeed. Interesting.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Welcome back. You know, I'll admit the NASCAR and Jeff Gordon were my first love. I still have so many like little small die-cast cars. But that was really my aha moment where I learned that I love sports broadcasting. I raced about 25 like little cars around the carpet for like 2 hours every Sunday. Mom used to yell at me for yelling when I got excited. My play-by-play commentary became more apparent that I loved it when I played Madden 10 for the PlayStation 2. I just loved listening to Gus Johnson. Like, he made the game exciting. Like, first down, touchdown, Indianapolis, I wish. I also used to watch a lot of Sports Center and created my own show called Sports Show. In 2018, 12 Sports contacted me via Twitter, direct messages. I used to host a little show called Michael and Chris Experience with MCX with my buddy Chris. But a door opened wide for me. I was so happy that someone noticed me. So I love doing sports broadcasting. I always have, always will. I love sports. Well, I did say during the Super Bowl that I don't want to do this anymore because football is such a big part of my show. I've never really gotten into semi-pro football. There's also a thing called fan-controlled football. Let's Go Wild Aces, by the way. That draft for that is actually tomorrow, the fan-controlled football. I've seen ads for it all on Facebook. But recently I was introduced to what is that? Oh my gosh. That was kind of scary. Recently I was introduced to a new, something kind of cool. What is that? Oh my, what is that creature? Effingham Outlaws. Huh. Semi-pro football team. Wow. I am the media person and the marketer for this football team. In fact, tomorrow night, I will go to their practice field and watch them practice in person for the first time. You can follow these guys on Twitter. Outlaws912. Effingham Outlaws was too long of a username, I'll admit. But I'm excited to be a part of this thing. Those of you on Facebook have already seen this, so no surprise to you. But for everybody else, I'm so excited for this. I'm looking forward to hopefully doing broadcasting for them later on this summer, if we're able. We'll get into that later on. But I cannot wait to be the reporter and all kind of good stuff. Website coming soon. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. Effingham Outlaws, baby. Have a good one.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.